Hey, what's up, y'all? In this video, we're going to be taking a look at an RV park and whether or not this is a good deal. We're going to go through the entire thing, break it down, take a look at the financials, all that kind of stuff, talk about why you might want to buy this, why you might not, and yeah, let's hop into it. My name is Tom Jung. I'm with Tom's Texas Realty Group, and yeah, basically this property got sent to me off market. I'm taking a look to see if this might be a good deal to put out to some of my clients. And I'm just doing some basic due diligence on this thing to see if it's even remotely close to being a deal. So first thing is, this is the advertisement that was sent to me. Property overview. It's in Waxahachie, Texas, about 7.5 acres with 60 RV slots. And they run a month-to-month lease with a 30-day minimum. And the owners manage the property. Occupancy rate says it's about 90 to 95%, which is really good. Rates for a 30 amp spot, $600 per month, 50 amp, $650 per month. RV storage, $100 per month. If you're a tenant, it's about $50. Gross revenues estimated at $400,000 per year. Monthly utility costs approximately, let's just do some quick math here. If you got 600, yeah. 600 times 60. Times 12. Okay, maybe. Monthly utility costs, approximately $4,000. That includes water. They've got city, it's not really city water if it's co-op. Sewers, aerobic system, and it says it's about 18 years old, but recently updated with sprinkler heads. Not sure what that means. Electric is supplied, city supplies. City doesn't supply electric. And there's not any gas. So luckily, and they're asking $2.3 million for this. And they sent over this link. It's got all kinds of stuff in here to look through. So we're going to look through the expenses, the tax returns, all that kind of stuff. But first off, let's just give it a quick search. And I've already got this pulled up here. But basically, this is the name of the RV park. And you can see it here. It does have a Google listing. And right away, no website. And they do have a presence, it looks like, on some of these larger websites. Not a great review rating here on RV Life Campground. And also not great on the Google reviews. So let's see. I always like to just take a look through this and see what people are saying. Let's take a quick peek at this website. All right, so first off, not looking real good by these pictures. It says it doesn't have Wi-Fi. AT&T doesn't have good coverage there. Sprint, T-Mobile, Verizon, Starlink, question mark. All right, ratings, 2 reviews. This is from, yeah, deplorable condition, old junky trailers everywhere. This is 2017 and then 2009. That's like way old, so all right, don't care. And then let's look at the reviews on Google. All right, 3.1. I'm going to sort these by newest. You always want to know what's going on recently. What's the new? 6 days ago, this place, oh gosh, 1 star. This place will violate tenants' rights even if it would affect health and safety of a disabled individual. It's not a safe place for children. The $600 rent is excessive. Rules imposed and enforced are different for everyone. However, it is one of the few places around the area. Cash only. There's no privacy. You need a long wastewater hose and a power cord in some lots. Note some kind of property code here. I'm not sure what that is. So, okay, very interesting insight. So they think that this is too high for the area. They also seem to have some kind of beef with management, and it's cash only. First thing, it smells like smells like hot wind is off the fresh turd. If the wind blows, I think that's supposed to be turd. If the wind blows, your etc. goes out, then rent goes up like $600, and that's why people move out. Okay, thank you, Richard. Right. Totally awesome. John is in love with this place. Totally awesome. All the people here are really nice and laid back. What I like the most is I can leave my stuff out overnight, not have anybody worry about it being stolen. Well, if the stuff looks anything like those pictures we just saw, I wouldn't steal it either. Nice place to camp. Cool. 5-star. 5 months ago. Didn't like it very much. 2-star review by Wade. Trailers packed in too tight. T-I-G-H-T. And another thing, there was absolutely nothing but white, dusty rock. All right, so not visually appealing. Someone else might like it, not me. Got a 5-star by Nathan. Another 5-star. Neighbors were supportive and caring one another. I found from the moment we came in, I felt it. Though some people may say, JT, it doesn't look well. I can truly say that it is changing. And every new day shows that. The folks here may not be wealthy, but they are appreciative of what they have and you have, so you can sleep well and know you're only going to prosper. My husband and I love it. Please join our family. You will be welcome with open arms. We miss you. Pork chop? More and more every day. All right. Thanks, Kim. And yeah. Out and looking for pallets. If you have any, let me know. Email me. I don't think this guy knows how Google reviews works. And cozy cigarette break. That's odd. Okay. Like the people. Quiet. How much? I feel like some people don't really understand how Google reviews works, but all right. So most positive thing is people. A lot of negatives though. And then let's take a look at some photos just to give us an idea here. Yep. 2 years ago, 2 years ago, 6 years ago, 6 years ago. I don't know if so there's not really any recent photos. Let's take a look at the 360 tour. Okay, I'm guessing this is more recent. Looks like it's just a big circle here. Does look like folks are packed in there pretty tight. Ooh. Somebody put all their stuff outside. Or somebody got upset with somebody else and threw all their stuff out. I don't know. Okay, not a great view from this direction. Got a nice fence. Okay, looks like some more. Yeah. A lot of junk. Oh, there's a pedophile van. Probably gonna get this video banned on YouTube because I said that. Okay, yeah, not great. It's a little junky. I think the reviews that they were giving this place were fairly accurate. All right, so that's it. And this is the entrance here. Just take a look. Let's take a look at what this looks like too. Bunch of mailboxes. And let's see if they have any road signage. Yeah, they don't. So like yeah, I guess that's one of the downsides. So like, I mean, as far as advertising go, I don't know how they're getting people in here. They don't have a website. I mean, they are on Google, and maybe that's enough because they did make it sound like there was nothing else near there. And but not having any actual frontage road to advertise on kind of stinks. But the fact that it's right off the highway is nice. Let's see if so this is the location I've got here on Google Maps. We'll zoom in, and you can see they're packed in pretty tight. I believe the property is kind of like a flag here, and so yeah, they packed them in tight. I mean, good on them for getting it so packed in there. And then it doesn't appear, like so if you're going to come into this, you probably want to have some kind of way to improve the property to up that value, unless you're just looking at buying this to have that residual income. But most people come in, they'll try to improve the property, and there's a few different ways to do that. One would be adding like a public restroom and showers. You can imagine if you're in an RV all day, typically they have these tiny hot water tanks, so you don't get a lot of hot water. It's a very short shower. If you got a family, Even less, you're probably taking cold showers quite often if everybody's showering at the same time. It's just nice to have a little bit of extra space. And then also having the public bathrooms is good in case you have some kind of issue with your RV, or you just don't want to blow it up in confined quarters, so that's always a plus. You can also add a laundromat. So if you can imagine, these folks are, most of them probably don't have a washer and dryer in their RV. And so that is another value add. You could put vending machines in there. So all of those kind of things will increase your revenue. And it does look like they have some space to do that if they want to. So that could be one option there. Also, just making the park nicer, right? Putting concrete pads in, or putting a little playground in, or just a little bit of landscaping will go a long way. And, people won't be so upset when you increase that rent. But apart from that, it looks like, there's a possibility here. You could maybe buy some of this land from whoever owns all this. Doesn't look like they're using all of it. But anyways, so, and then let's look and see, as far as the map goes, zoom out a little bit and search for RV parks. All right. So you got Texas Motorplex, which is like a drag racing type thing. Then you got, Luxury Resort in Ennis. 2.1 stars. Something's not going well there. Waxahachie Creek Park. I don't think that's quite the same type of park. Oh, this isn't open yet. Wow, leaving bad reviews just because it's not open yet? That's rough. There's a mobile park, okay. So there's nothing really that way. Waxahachie Creek RV Park. What are these photos from 1900? Let's go back, see they got a website. No website. Oh no, there it is. Boy, their website's from the beginning of the internet. Services. Boy, this is rough. Okay. And then let's see here. Pine Meadows, Mobile Home Park, and there's another one out here. There's another one out, the Flying Dutchman. There it is. Okay, so this one I saw it earlier and I pulled this open. So this is a very nice RV park. This is an example of all the things that you can do. See, they've got bathrooms. They've got a sweet cow as lawn art. They've got a building here. So this is their laundry resort. You can see kind of their setup, right? They've got it paved, nice fencing all around it. Looks really pretty. Well manicured. They put trees in, all that kind of stuff. And this is their website. Website looks legit. And I just took a look at the rates. Back in monthly, $750, pull through $800. And so they're a little bit higher, apparently on the path of the eclipse. So look out for that. A lot of people traveling in for that. We've got some Airbnbs people are coming into. There's the laundry setup, bathrooms again. So yeah, I feel like this is a great example of, how to really improve an RV park to get the most out of it. So they've done a great job here. Right. So basically going back, the whole point of this was to show there's really nothing out here, right? So as far as RV parks go, I mean, you're going a little ways to get to the next ones, not a lot of options. So they've kind of hit this spot where, there's not a lot of options. So maybe that's why they're able to keep that occupancy rate so high. So let's take a look at the numbers real quick. So this first sheet is rent rolls from this year. And as you can see, I'm just scrolling up and down here. This is each month, each of their spots. They label them by letters. But it does look to be pretty full throughout the year. And it's interesting, 175. yeah, overall 335,000 is what they brought in according to this rent roll sheet. And then their expenses were about 125,000. And if we look through this, you know, obviously electric is going to be a big expense running all those RVs. Then you've got water. So you got about 42 in electric, about 16 in water, another 4,200 in trash. And it looks like they brought in some more gravel, did some work on the septic, some lawn care, repairs, office expenses, interest at the bank. So this is obviously not an expense you would have if you're paying cash for this thing. So as far as like figuring out the numbers, you'd probably back that out. But cool. So there's that. And then if we go back to 2022, then what we're going to see here is all of these rates were a lot lower, right? So now we're looking at it across the year, also a lot more vacancies, right? So they had a few more vacancies, especially in these spots. So it's, you know, hey, what was going on with that? That's a great question to ask, because it seems like, you know, you're having trouble getting this filled up, and then all of a sudden they're full and you're charging more money. So yeah, like, I mean, you're looking through, this was 450 throughout the year, and going back here, you know, starting at this year, boom, 500, and they worked their way up to 600 on just about all the spots. So over the last 2 years, they've really kind of overhauled this. Really over the last year, they've done an overhaul on this thing, raised rents, and honestly, it doesn't seem like there's been a lot of improvement going on. They've basically been raising rents and figuring out how to get a few more people in there. So anyways, and then the next thing we're going to take a look at here is their tax returns. So typically, you know, it's easy to fake 1 year worth of tax returns if you want to boost everything. But if you are looking at purchasing like an RV park, it's not very easy to fake 3 years worth of tax returns. Had a guy tell me that. Thanks, Peter. Common sense, right? If you are, you know, if you're going to inflate your numbers for 3 years and pay an extra 20 grand in taxes every year, that's a lot of money to shell out just to, you know, maybe it's worth it. But yeah, typically you're not going to rely on your tax returns not to pay the government more, right? So anyways, if we take a look here, this is 2022, and they've got 205 on here as their gross, what do you call it? Gross revenue, I guess. And if we look at their rent sheet, 207, right? So it's pretty close. And maybe there's some kind of counting thing, I don't know, but 207, and then, or 205. And then if we look at the 2021 tax return, they're at 168, right? So there's almost a $45,000 increase from 2021 to 2022. And if we go back another year, so this is the 2020 tax return, and this shows 129,000 as far as the income goes, right? So these guys have essentially done what you want to do. They bought it, they started increasing rents, they started getting more people in there, and then all of a sudden they went from 129 to 335 in a matter of about 3 years. So theoretically, yeah, so I mean, these numbers are kind of telling that story of what's happened. So these guys have went in, they've done it up. I'm guessing they're going to sell this thing and probably invest in another couple parks like this that they can go back and do the same thing with, right? So if you want to take it from here and keep improving it and bring those numbers up, obviously there's some space to do that. It does, you know, with this site, you know, being, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes away, and the rates at where they are, it does make me question a little bit the $600 a month, and maybe that's their only option, right? There's probably nothing less than that in the area. So maybe because of that reason, these people are sticking around. But that would be one thing I would definitely research a little bit more, is like, hey, if we don't do anything, are all these people going to leave because the rates have been jacked up over the last 6 months? So, and if we improve it, is it going to be worth these improvements for an extra $750 a month? So that's one of the things I would look at. Now, if you want to buy this thing, just to own it and enjoy that income that comes along with it, maybe that's the play here. But all right, so based on all of this, let's go back to go back to the 2023 numbers. All right, so if we take our, let's see, if we take our revenue here. So okay, they said 400,000 in the advertisement, right? Which is obviously not the case. Like maybe you could get it there. Obviously, if they didn't have any vacancies or they had minimal, you could get to 400,000. But at 335 minus the 125,000 is about 210,000, right? So typically when you're looking at purchasing an RV park, for it to be in the ballpark, usually take your net profit, multiply it by 10, and that's going to give you basically a good starting point. So in this case, it'd be about 2.1 million. So that, I mean, that's in the ballpark. They're asking 2.3. Obviously, you want to get the most out of it, but you know, if this is something that you're interested in, then maybe you do go that route. And then let's say that you did improve it, which, you know, in this case, I don't know, as tight as those spaces are, like even if you padded it up, you put some amenities in, I mean, even a $150 improvement times 60 times 12, it's another 100,000. So you could possibly improve this another million. But the other thing you need to look at as well, if you got 7.5 acres, let's say that you can get that for 400,000. Let's say that you could do, you know, if you could put a pad in, if you should be able to install a nice pad site and everything for 20 to 25,000. So let's say it's 20 times 60. That's a 1.2 million to basically build it nice, and then another 500,000 for the land. You're looking at 1.7 million to rebuild it, but then you got to get the people in. Yeah, I mean it's it's at the price they're asking. It's not a great deal. It's an okay deal, I guess. It's definitely something that would be of interest, I think, to some folks. But the biggest downside that I see to this is no actual signage on the highway, and not an easy path for improvement as far as putting more lots in or improving what's there, just because they're all packed in so tight. But anyways, hopefully you learned something from this and this was insightful. And as always, if you're looking to buy or sell, remember to keep calm. Call Tom.